Hi everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. How are you today? It's Monday, October 2nd, 2017, and I almost don't know where to begin here. Obviously, most of you know right now there's no words for what happened here in Las Vegas last night. It's actually beyond belief. I think we're living in a world that has gone absolutely mad, with no guide, no compass anymore, an utter disregard for each other. And if we don't get it together soon, people, really, it may already be too late. But something's got to change, and it's got to change soon. All right. With that said, I want to cover a few things here with all of you. It's just incredible. Anyway, all right. So let's look at the markets. If you've been following my work over the past several weeks, I've been explaining to you how you need to be buying these dips. The trade here is risk on with regard to the stock market. And despite terrorist attacks and mass shootings and missiles being launched, it doesn't matter anymore. The market is not real. The market is in la-la land, but that does not mean that we cannot use this to our advantage. I mean, if they're going to play the game, this is the big banks, this is the Federal Reserve that are getting set up for the greatest fleecing in human history. We need to take advantage of this because most people are going to get killed, literally killed, and destroyed financially and become slaves if you don't get your act together here. And no matter what happens here with regard to the financial markets, again, we are going to reach a point where all of this is going to correct to fair value. And the debt, which is the biggest threat to humankind, bar none, is going to lead to a biblical event here. And you can kind of see this unfolding now. Anyway, so what does this mean for other assets? It's very important to pay attention to these things, people. So gold and silver remain on sale. These are cycles. The market always runs through these kinds of cycles, and I went over this, I believe, in the last video, the one I did before that, where you got risk on assets here, risk off like precious metals down here. These reverse, and then they turn back. And, you know, if we can get into that rhythm here, again, we can do exactly what the big banks do. There's no reason why you or me cannot make this work for us. And you don't have to be a trader like myself. If you're a stacker, you're in the right spot here. And I know you get this, but these are not trades. These are longer term investments. You're betting against the debt. You're becoming your own central bank. If you are a trader and you've been following my advice as of lately to just buy these dips, you have done, well, phenomenal. And I hope you're taking a percentage of your profits, not only donating them, like I always say, you gotta pay it forward. If you're not paying it forward, if you're following my advice here, and you're making cash in this market, and you're not paying it forward, frankly, I hope you lose. I really do. You got to pay it forward. I cannot stress that enough. Now, let's look at a few other things that are going on. Cash continues to leave the bond market. Again, it's a very simple fact. It's not going to go to money heaven. It's going to look for somewhere to go, and it's going to go into the stock market. Why not into precious metals right now? Because it's a risk-on environment. It's risk-on, which if you're a stacker like myself, is a dream come true. This is a dream come true. It means you're getting more time to add to your stacks at prices that are beyond ridiculous. And I know you get that if you follow this blog. So let's just watch how these things are unfolding with regard to the markets here. Again, these valuations are stupid. Market is not real. None of it is. It's in some kind of fantasyland state, but that doesn't mean you need to sit there like a deer in the freaking headlights. Focus on what you should be doing here. Again, if you're a stacker like myself as well, add to your positions. If you're a trader like myself, buy every single dip that you see moving forward here. because it's going to turn around. The market is Teflon. The Fed has got the back of the market, and they're going to do whatever they need to do to keep the market propped up until that one point when either they decide to pull the plug on it or the market does it itself. And again, watch that bond market. It's the biggest bubble of them all, and that's where the action is going to start first. And I promise to keep all of you. I watch the bond market every day. In fact, it's the main thing I watch. I don't really care too much what's going on in the stock market, because by looking at what the bond market is doing, you can gauge where the stock market is going to go before it even happens. It's just so important to do that. And the same thing with precious metals. Watch the debt market, and you can see kind of what's going to happen to precious metals. Although there is no price discovery mechanism whatsoever behind precious metals. It's not real. It's all being faked. It's being manipulated. No regulator wants to look at it. Everyone's turning a blind eye to it. And good. I say good, because that gives you and me more opportunity, and that's what this is all about. All right, look, I'm going to let you all go here, and I hope you keep these people that lost their lives last night and the wounded in your thoughts and in your prayers. I don't know, people. I really don't know. I think we're at an inflection point in this world that we all live in, and we have to start understanding that really, and this is not what the powers that be, all they're doing is trying to divide us every way they possibly can, by race, religion, age, sex, you name it. But if we can understand, very simply, that I'm responsible for you, you're responsible for me, I'm responsible for the guy next door who I never met. It's the truth. We're all responsible for each other. If we adopt this, and it's got to start with you, it'll bleed off and get bigger and bigger, and we can take their agenda, which is not for you and me, and flip this around. It's unfortunate that most people don't get this, but it's just so important. What happens in one part of the world affects every single one of us. So stop paying attention to the mainstream financial channels, the mainstream news, because they're just going to distract you with nonsensical things and keep you focused on what's going on here. Look around the world today, as an experiment. When you're walking, or if you're going anywhere, just appreciate the world you're in too. Look at the trees, the birds, other people. Say hello to somebody today. Just go out of your way. If you see someone walking down the street, say, "How are you? Nice to see you." Something like that. Let it start with you, and you have the potential to change everything. You yourself, you really do. You have power. Use that power. Because if we don't, we're really just doomed. We are absolutely done. All right, with that said, I'm going to let you go. See you tomorrow.